Park Valley Church, what is up? Pastor Jeff over here, PJ in the house, or PJ too, you got Pastor John over there. And I just want to say, I love you guys so much, and I miss you from the bottom of my heart. I'm praying for you regularly, and I'm just so excited about what God is doing in and through our church. And I guess I just wanted to start off with kind of an encouragement. I know me being kind of pulled out of the day-to-day at Park Valley and kind of being put over here just gave me a different perspective, and I just wanted to share that with you. I know when I was there, I would get caught up in little details or little things that wouldn't go right, and it would kind of fog up the view that I had on staff. And I just see so much more clearly because the big picture is we are advancing the kingdom of God. We are seeing people come from death to life, and each one of you play an integral part in that. If I could say anything, I just want you to know that the people that are around you right now really do have your best interest. And it's just so important to be thinking about the big vision and really what it's all about as we move forward as a church to continue to see lost people saved and the death come to life. And I don't ever want you to miss the amazing things that God is doing in your midst. And it's so easy to get caught up in the little details, the difficulties, but God is moving in a powerful way in our church, and He is continuing to advance the kingdom of God, and He is using the people in this room right now to do it in a powerful way. And so my request is fight for love, fight for unity, fight for the vision. If you see something that doesn't make sense, just make every effort to make it right, because I just so desperately, I wish I would have done that while I was there, instead of thinking about negative things or difficulties that were happening. I just really wish I would have made every effort to encourage the people that I was around, because you guys are awesome. I really miss you, and I really love you, and I know that God is moving this church to the next level, and it's just a powerful thing to be a part of. And so I just want to encourage you to just live this Jesus thing out as a community, as we display the love of God in a powerful way to people that so desperately need to see that. Just know that I am praying for you. I am praying for your families. I am praying for your spiritual growth, that you would be growing in your knowledge of Jesus Christ, that you would be growing in your understanding of what it looks like to live in a relationship with Him and love people. And I just wanted to say that first and foremost, because I really care about you guys. And being out of the day-to-day just gives me a different perspective of, man, I really wish I would have just taken a look at this thing for the amazing thing that it is, because Park Valley is literally the best church on the planet. And it is really hard for me to be over here, but I just want to encourage you and just say, focus on the big picture. Don't worry about the day-to-day difficulties, because they really will hurt you in the long run. I know they did for me, and it's just, I just wish so desperately I was there with each one of you, able to talk about your families. It would have been awesome to, goof off at Trunk or Treat with you guys. And so I just desperately want you to know from the bottom of my heart, I miss you, I love you, I'm praying for you. I read this prayer a little while ago that reminded me kind of the heart of our church, and my prayer for a while for you guys was this, and this was found in Philippians. It's the remix version, message style, in chapter 1, verses 9 through 11. It says, "So this is my prayer, that your love will flourish, and that you will not only love much, but well. Learn to love appropriately. You need to use your head and test your feelings so that your love is sincere and intelligent, not sentimental gush. Live a lover's life, circumspect and exemplary, a life Jesus would be proud of, bountiful in fruits from the soul, making Jesus Christ attractive to all, getting everyone involved in the glory and praise of God." And so as we just move the ball forward and persuade people through love to follow Jesus, just let it be deeply rooted, coming straight from the love and generosity and grace from God, so that we can love each other well and love the people that God brings into our environments well. man, I just miss you guys so much. But I am so excited to tell you some of the amazing things that God has been doing over here in Manila. I really haven't got the chance to connect with you, but right now I want to just give you a brief update of almost a year of time here and everything that has happened and how our church is doing. And so I'm just bubbling with excitement to let you guys know. What's up, PVC? This is Jeff over in Manila, and just want you guys to know, man, we're doing it over here just like we do it at church at home. We got the big welcome home banner, our series slide graphic right here, and it's cool to be connected in small ways when we're so far away. And so I hold on to those things in a powerful way because they represent really who we are. And so I just want to say thank you guys for being the best church on the planet, because this would not be possible without the love that you have displayed from God through you to us. And we love you. We love you. You're awesome. What up, y'all? So it's been super exciting being here. We're in my neighborhood right now, and I'm just out here goofing around. All right, so much has happened since we came into the community here, and it's just been awesome to see everything that God is doing in and through the ministry of Park Valley Church. We, as you guys know, I pretty much moved over. I had maybe 6 months to prepare, and really was just trying to equip myself to come over. Once I got over here, I had no clue what was going to happen, and was really just moving on faith the whole time that this was God's plan and purpose for not only me in my life, but for our church at Park Valley. And so I just started building relationships, getting to know people, just trying to talk to anybody I could meet. And really, I was looking over, I was keeping kind of a journal, a record of the things I was doing every day. And I was just spending a lot of time with people, developing relationships, getting to know them, sharing the vision of the church. We were doing evangelistic outreaches. We were reaching the college kids in the area. That ended up being really cool and fruitful. There's a bunch of big universities right around here, but we've been able to work particularly with two, Trinity University and Miriam University. And so we would have these Miriam outreaches where there would be like almost 200 people at these things. And our Trinity group has grown and developed. We're meeting weekly now at this Catholic university, give their freshman orientation. And so God has just been opening crazy doors. From what I've heard, they've never let a Christian organization actually attend or speak at any of these orientations. And so it's been just a huge privilege. God's opening a lot of doors. A lot of amazing relationships have happened, mainly through connections from Romy and Kay Capuli. And they've just opened a lot of doors based on the people that they know, the different church leaders. And Romy has actually taken a position with the PCEC, which is the Philippine Council of Evangelical Churches. They run 75,000 churches and almost 300 parachurch organizations. They're pretty much a connection point for anything that has to do with evangelical churches here in the Philippines. And Romy has taken the position with the PCEC as the sports director. And so I've gotten a lot of access to a lot of different people. I was in a meeting recently where the vision is, instead of 75,000, to reach 120,000 by the year 2020. And so I'm sitting in this room and people are talking about how they're going to contribute a couple thousand churches, a couple hundred churches. And then they ask me who I am and what I'm doing. I'm like, I planted a church and we're doing good so far, and it's really crazy the people that I get to do life with, and the influencers in the country that have an opportunity to be a part of what we are doing here at Park Valley. And so the journey of our church has been amazing. God has put together an amazing team that I have been so privileged to do life with. We just have an amazing worship team of extremely talented guys that have really come together to support our church. Our worship leader, DJ Antonio, hopefully you guys will get a chance to meet him. He has a wife and a kid, Chi and Gerard, and he actually works for the government as the moral recovery officer in Cainta. And so he has given his time and effort to help launch this church, and they have just been an integral part of moving the ball forward. We have an amazing production crew. They are legit, as you can tell by this video. We just have an amazing group of people that get to rally around our church and what God is doing here. And so it's just such a privilege for me to get to know these guys, do life with them. We actually started developing relationships with the team back in March. I was just looking over these notes and I saw on there, this is in like February, okay? I had already done 6 months of preparation. I had been on the ground for 3 months, and I had written in big bold letters, I'm planting a church in Quezon City. And I was like, what in the world? How did I make that decision so late in the game? But it's just a testament that this is really God putting this all together, not my great, but he knew that this church was going to happen way before I did. And it's just cool to see the way that it's all come together. So we started in March. We were doing Bible study at a cafe right down the street, right over here, called Jumpstart Cafe. And it's just so ironic that the name of the cafe was Jumpstart while we were jumpstarting our little baby church, Park Valley. And so we started gathering there, doing Bible study. We were getting about 20-30 people on a regular basis, and really developing the team, developing the leaders, the core group of the people that were going to launch this church. And so we continue to do evangelistic outreaches, continue to reach out to the colleges, continue to love on this neighborhood. And one of the really, really cool things that we have gotten the privilege to do is go out into these communities. Right here, this looks nice, right? This is all beautiful and great, but that is not what the rest of this country looks like. There is a lot of severely depressed areas just outside, just literally right over on the other side of these trees. And so we have hit the streets running, and what we do is we go straight into the communities, right into the heart of these communities. We go to the children and we feed them, we give them a Bible story, we encourage them, and in that we've gotten to develop relationships with the parents, with everyone in these communities because of the influence that we've been able to have in taking care of the kids there. We have just been there week after week. We go every Saturday morning. We started with one from this guy David. Oh man, David is legit, right? He is actually a security guard here. I wake up, Romy had come home late that night, and he was up early in the morning, and he was like, I had the greatest conversation this morning. The security guard that literally is right outside of our house got a heart for kids. He's in the community right over there, and he wants to help us do feedings. I was like, what? That's crazy. So that was the first feeding we did. We aren't just in the community doing feedings, but we are teaching the Bible. We not only are doing that, we are discipling these kids. We are bringing them through an intentional process of discipleship, teaching them to be Christ-centered, have a heart for God's word and prayer, be available to serve, mission-minded and purpose-driven. And so we walk them through this process, and now we have our leaders walking other kids through this process as well. And we've just seen this community transformed by the power of Jesus Christ. Not only we're in 2 more communities. One community just over that way, and another one, terrible story, but ends up being cool. They had a community fire, like their whole community went up in fire one day. I saw the big smoke, it was just right there. It burned a bunch of houses all the way down to the ground. We were able to bring rice and food, a little bit of help for them. We got to meet them and engage with them. And then maybe a month later, we jumped out and did a feeding there. And so we're starting to see fruit from that feeding. making an impact. We're reaching about 300 to 400 kids a week on a regular basis with the gospel. They accept Christ every time. It's really awesome. And then we had our launch service in May. And that was just so cool. It was amazing to have my dad here. I just, miss my family, obviously. And it was just really cool for him to be here for that. To have PB, Pastor Barry here, was just amazing. And he just really was adhesive to gelling our team together, letting people see the big picture of what this looks like for us to interact with a church literally on the other side of the world. And we all just were blown away at what God did with this launch service. We had a powerful service. God moved in a great way. And then we did monthly services for about 4 months where we developed the environment, developed our leadership, and then we just started our regular weekly services about 5 weeks ago. What that looks like is we are meeting weekly at that same place in SM North at the Bell Mansion, and what's happening is just surreal. We're smaller in number, but I just feel everybody coming together around this church. The church is up and running, and it is nothing short of a miracle that all of this has come together, and every single one of you have played a part in it. And I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I love you guys. You're amazing. All right.